Okay, so this is a tutorial about how to add students to Bookshare if they are not currently members on Bookshare. First, you'll have to log in. If you have forgotten your login, you can it will actually be your district email. If you don't remember your password, you can do a reset my password and it will send an email to your district email and you can reset it that way. Once you're logged in, you're going to click on My Bookshare. Then once you get to My Bookshare, you're going to look for anything that says members. So you can click from here, or you can click from over here where it says Manage Student Roster Members, or the left-hand side where it says Members. Members are Bookshare's term for students. So we're going to click one of those. Then once we are on that new page, if I would scroll down, and I'm not going to for confidentiality reasons, but all the students in the district are listed on this grid. So you can scroll down and see if your student is currently listed on the grid. If they are not listed, you can click this little icon that has a little person with a plus and it says Add Member. I'm going to click on that, and then I'm just going to add all the students' information into here. So first name, last name, their birth date. You're going to select their current grade. You can choose whatever their username or password is. Kind of just make it something that you're going to remember later. If you forget it, it's really not a big deal because you can reset this at any time. That is what the student will use to log in to access reading lists that you've created later. I would go ahead and select Quick List so that all of the students don't show up every time you go back in, that just those students that you've added to your quick list will be there. For district, we're going to say Francis Howell. For school, just going to pick your school. Under qualifying information, you're going to make a decision about what is the category that qualifies them for this resource. Typically, the visual is only going to be checked by the teachers for the visually impaired. They're going to set those students up. Physical is only going to be set up by the occupational therapist for those students that can't physically turn the pages of a book. Learning is going to be all the other students that have a learning disability in reading that would qualify them based on the criteria that we've sent out to you. So you'll make a decision there, and then you're going to decide if they have an IEP or a 504. They have to have one of those two to be able to access Bookshare. Reading preferences don't really have to change too much there. If you are downloading to an iPad, sometimes you may choose EPUB. You really don't have to. Most of the apps know how to manage that. But again, you can change these file formats. They're just kind of by default those kinds of formats that people most typically use. So you don't need to worry about that. You will just hit save, and then it will save that student and they will be added to the roster. And that's it.